You're listening to the 49 Carats Podcast, a 49ers Goldmine production with Stephanie Sanchez.
What's going on, everyone, and welcome to another edition of the 49 Carats Podcast. I'm your host, Steph, as always, and today I'm going to be reviewing the 49ers' second preseason game against the Minnesota Vikings. But before I do that, really quickly, just want to get you guys to subscribe to the channel if you are not already, and make sure that you like this video. Some of our other videos have gotten to the 20 likes, so let's try to do it one more time. Let's try to get this to 20 likes. I appreciate all the support. Without further ado, let's just jump right in and get into it here. There's a lot to talk about. And actually, really quickly, for the people watching, for the people listening on audio, the audio listeners, this episode is probably going to be best experienced on YouTube, as I'll be showing some all 22 clips from the game in this episode. So if you are watching this on audio, or if you're an audio listener consuming this episode, you can maybe go to youtube.com/Stragosaurus to find this video there. I'll try my best to narrate the clips, but anyway, let's get right into this. What's going on, Ty? Happy you're here. Happy all of you guys are here. And I'm going to get started talking about the defense really quick. And first, I want to talk about Javon Kinlaw. Javon Kinlaw actually got a lot of snaps in this game, which I was, somewhat surprised with. But Kyle Shanahan did explain after the game it's because they rather have him get his snaps in this game. Should he have a setback, just in case if he were to have a setback, he would have had the extra time to, rehab and get healthy before week one and all that. So the 49ers are on a short week. As you guys know, they played Saturday. They play again on Thursday. So that was part of the risk in if he didn't play game 2 and he played in the third preseason game, there would have been less time for Javon Kinlaw to, get right. So that's why Javon Kinlaw played so many snaps in this game while most of the starters were out. It makes sense. And so let's get into talking about Javon Kinlaw. I have a couple of clips. What's going on, Tanya? What's going on, Dawson? Ty, yes, sir. Defense. All right, let's go. So let me share my screen really quickly here. Make sure I got the right clip up. Okay, so we're starting with 9:13. Let's go. Ty says Kinlaw was balling. Yes, he indeed was. And that's what we expect to see out of Kinlaw, right? So here we go. Here's one of his first splash play of the game. This was the sack on Mond, and this was on third down. He got through Ed Ingram here. Gave Ed Ingram a welcome to the NFL moment. So you can see Kinlaw here. Nice move to get free. Let's see that again. All right, so Kinlaw in the middle here. Nice little move to get free there and get the sack on Kellen Mond. We love to see that out of Kinlaw. I think it's going to be a really big year for him. That's, of course, what we're all hoping for. The next play that I liked from Kinlaw, he had another play where he almost got a sack. All right, so this happened in the second quarter. He beat Vikings guard Kyle Hinton on this one. You can see him because he's got the black shirt under his jersey, so he's easy to spot here. Again, similar move to get free as on the first sack that he got. We'll see it again from a different angle. Again, you're going to see Kinlaw right over here. And this one's on Kyle Hinton. Just nice. Able to swat his hands away. Let me rewind that really quick. We could watch it in slow motion. Here we go. One. All right. Swats his hands away. So Hinton doesn't even get a hand on him. And just like that, he's free. He could have He could have even batted this ball down, honestly. Look how close that was. And that is on quarterback Sean Mannion. Credit to Mannion, actually, for being able to get that ball out, because if I saw Javon Kinlaw, knowing what I know about how he looks, and he was running at me, I don't know that I'd be able to make that throw. Credit to Mannion there. But yeah, Javon Kinlaw, I thought, had a really nice game, and definitely excited to see what he can do this year. He's going to be, as I've been saying, someone who's going to be demanding a lot of double teams. Kinlaw, as we saw, like when he just has one guy on him, he's able to make a simple move to get through that man. And so he's going to be someone who's going to demand a lot of double teams, and that is going to open things up for the guys on the edge, maybe even Eric Armstead as well. So it's definitely a big bonus to have Kinlaw healthy and, being as dominant as he is right now. Yeah, Kinlaw said he feels great. Definitely love to see that. Oh, yeah, Taryn, thank you. So I don't know if you guys saw, I got a little poll going here, and I was wondering if I were to change my username, what would sound better, 49K Steph or Steph 49K? Taryn says Steph 49K flows better. But I'm going to leave it up to you guys. Make sure you hit that poll if you guys haven't already. What's going on, everyone? What's going on? All right. So now I'm going to talk about Drake Jackson, because Drake Jackson was the other guy who I thought had a tremendous game. Someone I'm so excited about. It seems like every game that he has, he just continues to get better. And you can tell he's learning on the fly, and he's learning very quickly, which is something we should all be excited about. So I'm going to start off with, once again, I'm going to share my screen here. And this one is... So he had a 3-play sequence in the first quarter that impacted the Vikings plan. So here we go. This is the early in the first quarter, and you can see Drake Jackson rushing from the left side of the line. He has a near sack there. We're going to see it from another angle right now. All right, so you'll see him on the right side of your screen here, and I'm going to play this in slow motion. Let me actually rewind this a little bit, so I want to see everything he does. It's so much easier to see when it's in slow motion. So he's on the right side of the screen at the corner here, rushing from the left side of the Vikings offensive line. All right, so trying to move his hands, move his arms. And honestly, like off the bat, like right here, it kind of looks like the offensive lineman has him. I don't remember who the offensive lineman was at this moment, but Drake Jackson continues to work through it, continues to push through, very powerful, gets a little bit of a bend there, which makes it really difficult for the offensive lineman to, keep his leverage. He starts falling forward, the offensive lineman, that is. For Drake Jackson, like that bend is just so easy for him to get right back up, as you see here. Again, so close to getting a hand on that, maybe even, fumble just like milliseconds away. And as we see, I mean, again, great play by the quarterback getting the ball off, but it wasn't accurate. So credit to Drake Jackson on that one for disturbing that play. Then this next play here. So this one over here, this is going to be a run stop from Drake Jackson. And again, he's coming from the left side of the Vikings offensive line. So you see him right over here. I'm going to play it in real time first. All right. I believe that's a tight end, or it's either a tight end or the wide receiver that was trying to block him. I think it was a wide receiver. I think it's BC Johnson. Yeah. Who tries to get on hand on him. Not very successful in stopping him at all. Good luck with that. Yeah, just shoved him once, and BC had no leverage at all. And then there goes Drake Jackson with the run stop on Madsen. Great play for him. All right, so let's see it from the other angle. So you can see Drake Jackson right over here. He's rushing from, you see him on the right side on the going against the Vikings left tackle. So let's see this in slow motion once more from this angle over here. Okay, there's BC Johnson. Tries to get on hand on him. There's the one shove from Drake Jackson, and BC's just, no, he had no chance. So great play. Great play by Drake Jackson there. All right. So that's back-to-back plays where Drake Jackson, I mean, shout out to Oren Burks too. He would have probably gotten that tackle too had Drake Jackson. That was kind of like a joint tackle maybe. And then this is the third play in a row where Drake Jackson had an impact. So again, rushing from the same spot, going against the Vikings left tackle here. And this is the one that forces the interception. He was all over this. And in fact, a lot of the defensive line got loose on this one, which you guys will see. I'm going to play this one in slow-mo. All right, so Drake Jackson is right over here on the right side of the screen. '49ers are showing blitz with Oren Burks and DFF. All right, they're taking forever to snap the ball. Come on now. All right, here we go. But the linebackers drop back. But Samuel Womack actually, got loose for the blitz there. So they showed blitz with the linebackers, but it was actually Samuel Womack on the other end. And look at this. So right off the bat, Drake Jackson actually slips. Slipping right there. Falls to his knees. Gets right back up. I've never seen anyone get up this fast. Have you? It's in slow motion and it still looks fast. Let's see that in real time. Just incredible athleticism. And then I think that's Ty Chandler trying to get a block on him. I mean, if Ty Chandler wasn't there, that's for sure a sack. Credit to Chandler to pick that up. But, I mean, you see Drake Jackson so close to getting his hands on that one. And that could have been way worse. It was an interception, but that could have been like a fumble as well, which I guess we'll take the interception because a fumble, you never know who's going to recover. And George Odom, gift-wrapped interception. That's the Drake Jackson experience, folks. That is what we can expect to see out of him. And it's just his second game. And he's already looking this good. That is what impresses me the most with Drake Jackson. I knew he was going to be good. I think we all knew that he was going to be good. But it's the fact that he's looking this good this early. Almost makes you wonder what the hell USC was doing over there. I mean, he looked good at times at USC, but I feel like the 49ers are absolutely unlocking his full potential. Emiliano says, Jackson seems to like to jump up to swat the ball, which I always appreciate. Getting hands in passing lanes is always recommended. Yes, even when he's not quite in position to make a sack, because he isn't always going to be. But if the throw is in his direction, he's going to put his hands up. I saw that multiple times with him. And, I mean, he almost had an interception, actually. Oh, one more clip to show. Yeah, he did have one more almost interception. Let me show you guys, because he did just that. He put his hands up. Let me see. So this one happened in the third quarter. Looking for 2:30 over here. So let me play it right here. So here's another back-to-back. First, I'm going to show you this run stop really quickly. So he's rushing from sorry, he's not rushing. This is the run stop. But he's lined up on the the left side of the defense, meaning he's going against the Vikings right tackle. All right. And I think this is a tight end that's trying to block him, actually. Tight end right here. Drake Jackson's right here. Like, why do they keep trying to do this? They kept trying to block Nick Bosa with tight ends too, and it just was not working for them. Like, look at Drake Jackson. He's taking the tight end for a ride. I mean, that wasn't all Drake Jackson, right? The who was that? Who got on that? I'm trying to see who that was. One of the linebackers. Orton Burks, maybe. All right. Well, I'm gonna let this play out. Yeah, this let me fast forward. All right, so next play we see here. This is the bat down that I was talking about, where he's putting his hands up and it leads to a near interception here. It goes almost right to him. So I think this is against Udo. Got his hands up, completely killed that play, and it could have been an interception, as I mentioned. Let's see it from this angle. I always like this angle a little bit more. You've seen him on the right side of your screen. Just pushes Udo right off. And like he sees that the quarterback's about to make the throw, so he kind of just hands back. He kind of just Mon right here is making the throw, so he kind of just stops his rush. Instead, jumps up. But look at once again, like, dude is like falling down. Like, he's puts one hand on the ground even. He's about to fall, regains his balance, jumps up, blocks that, almost got the interception. Yeah, I mean, just incredible awareness. And these are the things that you like to see out of a player that's so young, already, making these, heads up kind of plays. Very, very excited about him. Hey, Pete's got some updates for us. The 49ers signed another safety. That indeed they did. Might as well talk about it right now. We'll save that for the end of the episode. But yes, the 49ers did sign safety Tashawn Gibson. 10-year vet. I mean, he probably won't make the team, but it's a signing that's going to get them through this last preseason game, since they're short on safeties right now. And he's going to be wearing number 31 for the team. So if you guys see him out there on Thursday, that is going to be Gibson. And the Raiders cut Kenyon Drake. Yeah, interesting stuff. Thanks for the NFL updates, Pete. Yeah, Patrick says, and that was off a slip again. Recovery is insane. Yeah, I mean, it seems like remember when, I don't know if it was Nick Bosa's rookie season or something like that, but I remember it was a huge deal that Nick Bosa just kept falling because he would get chip blocked and he would fall, and then his rush was pretty much over at that point. Like, the play was done for him once he got pushed into the ground. Whereas for Drake Jackson, like, we've already seen him fall like a few times on tape, and he just pops right back up. It's actually scary. It's like those you guys know those robotic dogs that that are very creepy looking, and then someone kicks it and it just gets right back up. That's Drake Jackson, running after the quarterbacks. It's terrifying. All right, but let's talk about some other guys who deserve some recognition. Charles Menehue. I don't have any plays, any timestamps to show you. Like, there wasn't one specific that I was like, oh, I have to get that one in. But Charles Menehue, especially early in the game, was all over. He was creating a lot of pressure and he helped force errant throws, as did Jordan Willis. So both of those guys, I think, looked really good in this game. And that's no surprise to anyone who has been paying attention to, this defensive line throughout camp and also these preseason games. If you guys were wondering about the cornerback situation, I know I was. Deommodore Lenoir and Ken Crowley got the start. That was somewhat expected. It seemed like I didn't know Ambry Thomas was hurt, but it sounds like he was hurt. I don't think he was hurt in this game. It seemed like maybe it happened before. Kyle Shanahan said he was expected back to practice, this week. So that's why we didn't see a lot of Ambry Thomas, or we didn't see Ambry Thomas in this game. So it was pretty much Lenoir and Crowley, and then Kadar Holman and Tariq Castro-Fields kind of rotating throughout this one. I feel like Castro-Fields had a slightly better game, but I wouldn't be surprised to see him get cut with the intention of probably wanting to keep him on the practice squad. I mean, he's a young guy. You used a draft pick on him. You might as well keep him around, see if he can develop into anything. Just have him redshirt the year on your practice squad. He was targeted 5 times, allowed a completion 5 times. So, not great, but, there were some other things I liked that I thought he did better than the first preseason game. So you have that. Deommodore Lenoir, though, I thought he had a really good game, and it was important for me to see that because in the joint practices, he struggled a bit at times, but I think all of the DBs did, especially going against Justin Jefferson. Justin Jefferson, of course, did not play in this game. So, it made things a little bit easier, leveled out the playing field a little bit. I have a couple of Lenoir plays to show you guys, so let's get into that. All right, so for Lenoir, we're at 15:02. Let's find that. All right, here we go. Perfect. So this one, I was a little unsure when I watched this real time if it was a pass breakup by Lenoir. Let's find him first. Let's see where he's at. Shoot. Well, let's see. Okay, so he was actually all right, let me move this toolbar thingy. Let me stop moving my cursor for a bit. There we go. All right, so Lenoir is... Sorry, I'm going to have to do it again. But he's right here behind the toolbar. Can I hide that? Can I hide it? It's saying I'm not showing the toolbar. No, wrong toolbar. Okay, anyway. Let me go back. All right, so Lenoir is right here. And I didn't write down who the receiver is, but Lenoir is right here. So keep your eyes on him because I'm going to try to play this and not move my cursor. All right, here we go. So there he goes. Bottom of your screen. All right, it's BC Johnson. So at first, I wasn't sure if this was a pass breakup in real time. It looked like he extended his arm, but I wasn't entirely sure if he actually impacted the play. So on watching the all 22, because of course you can get a closer view and in slow-mo, it definitely helps. You can see ball's right there, arm extended, and right there looks like he has a hand on it. So he definitely, and you can see he also has the motion of him actually hitting the ball. So right there, the ball just fell dead. So I'm pretty sure he did get a hand on this one. Watch that one again. I mean, that's a tough play anyway. I'm not sure BC would have gotten that. It almost looked like BC was starting to slip too. He was kind of falling forward. So I don't know if he would have gotten that, but regardless, good play by Deommodore Lenoir. We're about to see it again in the other angle, although I did like this angle. So you don't see him right away on this in this clip, but you will. So there goes the ball. Let's see it. All right, you can see the ball easier from this angle for sure. So right there, hands extended. Yeah, I mean, this was honestly a bad throw. Like that was not getting to BC Johnson at all. If anything, like Lenore could have probably made an interception on this one. It was just a bad throw. Yeah. But I like that anyway. I liked that from Lenore. I like when he's aggressive. I think that's one thing that he, kind of forgets to turn back on. Sometimes he's a little inconsistent with it. But in the second joint practice and in this game, like I feel like I saw a little more aggression from him. So definitely like that he's been keeping that up. All right, so next play for Diamador Lenore. This is another pass breakup. This is in the fourth quarter where he got his hands in on the pass attempt to Albert Wilson. Wilson was cut today by the Vikings, so no surprise there. I think we'll see it a little bit better from the other angle. Let's play this once again. So Diamador Lenore is right there, right over here. All right. Now I'm going to show you the slow-mo in the other angle because I think you guys will be able to appreciate it a little bit more. Originally, he's not on your screen. All right. All right, so now he's on the right side of the screen here. Right there. Right there, he got his hands on it. It's nice. I mean, he's on this guy like white on rice already, and just getting his hands in there is the final blow to the play. Oh yeah, it was Ty Chandler. So it was a running back, Ty Chandler. Nice. I love to see that because it's not just about being in position. You have to make a play. It's not enough to just be there. You have to disrupt. And he's definitely doing that more often. Ty says Lenore had tight coverage there. He was in position to make a play. That's what we need. Exactly. We're on the same page, Ty. We're on the same page. PBUs, baby. Yes, seems to be a good emphasis with this defense to, get those pass breakups and also generate turnovers, which they have in every preseason game. They have in, I think, almost every training camp practice as well. So it's definitely translating on the field, and we love to see it. All right, let's talk about Cuantrez Knight. He was another guy that impressed me, and he continues to impress. Now that Darqueze Dennard is out of the picture, Samuel Womack and Cuantrez Knight have really gotten the opportunity to shine, and boy, have they taken advantage. So Cuantrez Knight, show this other play. Let's see. He got 2 run stops in a row, and it's actually right after this, I think. So that makes my job easier. Just let this play. So back-to-back plays. All right, right over here we see, so he's number 43, Cuantrez Knight, playing some linebacker. Look at him just like immediately, as soon as he saw this handoff. Wait. Okay, here we go. Let's just squeeze right in there. No hesitation once he recognized what was going on. And he got that run stop for what, like a gain of 1 maybe? I think it ended up being a gain of 1. Great job by him. Here's the other angle. So you'll see him on the left side of your screen, number 43 here. And we're going to see him. And also look at him. I mean, he's like directing traffic out here. He's telling guys like, no, move over to your right. And yeah, I love that. I mean, this is where the running back was going to try to take it. There's a hole right there, but Darqueze Knight does a great job of just plugging that right up. Both Kamiko Toure and I don't know who, I didn't see who this was, but they're both getting double teamed. And so that's where running back wants to go. Well, I don't know if that's where he wanted to go, but regardless, Cuantrez Knight was there before the running back even had any thought. It was like, "Oh, shit, I just caught the ball. Or I just got the ball, now what?" And then Cuantrez Knight's right in his face, so there was no time for the running back to even think about where to go before Cuantrez Knight, makes this play. Just good stuff. So like I said, this was 2 plays in a row for Knight, so let's look at the second one here. Alright, so in this one, he is I believe he's right here. He's on the right side next to, I think, Kadar Holman. It's either Kadar Holman or Crawley, but he's right next to the corner, so you can see him here. Right, so he moves a little bit as well. And this is gonna be another run stop, so let's see what happens here. Looks like the tight end goes up to he goes up to Knight. Yep, trying to get a block. And immediately Cuantrez Knight just like swats his hand away. He says nope and makes a stop right there. You see that in real time this time. I love that. Back to back. All right, so here he is, right side of your screen. And look at so here's the tight end. Oh, that's tight end. Weird number, 34. And the swatted his hands right away. That's a D lineman move. That's an edge move right there. Look at that. And he got the stop. Love to see it. We love to see it. And he's excited about it for sure. Oh my God, were you guys... Oh, my screen was not sharing. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry. I was not looking at the comments. Oh no. Okay. You guys are going to have to... Can you guys see it now? Okay. My bad, guys. My fault. All right. I'm going to play it again, but I'm not going to I'm not going to comment this time since you guys already got the narration and no video, so I hope you guys were able to visualize it at least. But here we go. Sorry about that. All right, so we were talking about Cuantrez Knight. So Cuantrez Knight over here playing some linebacker. Excuse me, pardon me. Let me get to the running back real quick. Good awareness, as I was saying. And, he's out here, telling his other linebackers what to do. I mean, he's not playing Mike, but boom, before anyone could even block him, before the running back even knows where he wants to go with the ball, Cuantrez Knight is all over it. All right, second play in a row. All right, so here's the second one right here. This is another run stop. And you can see Cuantrez Knight right over here trying to get blocked by I would assume this is a tight end, number 34. I don't know. But just swats it away. So tight end can't even get a hand on him. This here you can appreciate a little bit more from this angle. And I'll slow it down. So he's on the right side of your screen right here. Here comes the tight end. This is what I was talking about. This is the defensive lineman move right here that he puts on this guy. This edge move. Whew. Where'd you learn that from? All right, and then he gets right through that to that tackle. Sorry, guys, I didn't show you guys that before. Feel bad. All right, but you guys saw it now. That was a great play from Cuantrez Knight. Someone, again, to be excited about. Look, I don't know if he's going to make the roster, okay? It's tough sledding just because of, how deep this roster is already, especially with the linebacker group. But I don't know. The one thing that I like about Cuantrez Knight, he could also play some safety. Sorry, not linebacker group. I mean, he's been playing. So I think he has a lot of versatility. It looked like he was playing linebacker there. I don't know if that was. I mean, they were just kind of squeezed in the box because it was a run play. He wasn't actually playing linebacker. But I know he played safety in college as well. And he's been playing. He's been the backup nickel corner to this point, but he plays some safety too. So I think some of that positional versatility could help him out in, trying to justify a spot for him on this team. And of course, if he continues to make plays, then that as well helps him out. So we'll see what happens with Cuantrez Knight. I mean, it's going to be tough if they cut him. We'll be crossing our fingers, right, that he'll clear waivers, and more than likely the team would have him back on the practice squad. So we'll see what happens with Cuantrez Knight, but someone to be excited for. Jamelle had a near pick on third down in the fourth quarter as well. Honorable mention. I didn't write down the timestamp for that one, but honorable mention. He's been a little quiet. Probably another maybe practice squad candidate. I don't know. Taylor Hodkins. I mean, he had a gimme interception late in the fourth quarter off the really bad Kellen Mond pass, but you got to make those gimme catches, right? Like if a quarterback throws it right at you, you got to make those catches and you got to make those interceptions. Taylor Hodkins did, so good on him. Definitely someone who can maybe make the practice squad as well. Who knows? All right, let's talk about offense now. So let me show you guys. Whoops. Stop. Let me queue up my offense clip here. Okay. Well, first, before I show any clips, I want to start by talking about Trey Sermon, because there's a lot of talk about Trey Sermon, and, he didn't look that good again. And it's the same issue with Sermon. It's the fact that he's not decisive enough, and he kind of dances around in the backfield before making any decision on any a hole he's going to hit. And part of it is because the offensive line has struggled early in the game when he's in there. Sometimes he can't find a hole to run through. That's part of it. But also, you see some of these other guys. I mean, TDP, I thought, had a really great game, as well as Jordan Mason. Jordan Mason, of course, has been he's been getting opportunities, snaps at the end of games where it's mostly third, fourth stringers. But, I mean, these guys don't control who they play against. They can only control how they play. So, in that regard, I do ding Trey Sermon a little bit on that fact that, he's been given all these chances to show that he can, he deserves a spot on this roster. And it seems like he's just not breaking through. He's not doing enough, but at the same time, I don't know. I don't know how this team feels about Trey Sermon. There was a quote that Kyle Shanahan gave, and it was in regard to, the quarterback, actually. So this was from the MMQB this morning, Sports Illustrated. He said, "I have opinions on whether guys have good or bad days, and then I have to go to a press conference and I get asked on things, and sometimes it's the exact opposite of what I feel." And you're like, man, why do they think that? Oh, there were 3 picks out there today. They wrote that down. Well, those 3 picks can be anybody's fault. And sometimes those 3 picks I was pumped about because he finally let it rip and he saw it right. Again, Kyle Shanahan talking about the quarterback position here. But it just goes to show that sometimes what we may perceive as bad, a coach can see it differently. They might perceive it differently because they might have seen a good thing on that play, might have seen something that wasn't the running back's fault or, another position's fault, vice versa, things like that. So it's hard to say how the team feels about Trey Sermon. I feel like even after the game, Kyle Shanahan was asked about Sermon and, didn't think he had a bad game. I think he said he did all right with the opportunities he got or something like that. But I didn't get the sense that he's in trouble. I don't know. I don't know. It's going to be tough to figure out what this team does with Trey Sermon. But look, I wanted to show some of his carries, but I didn't actually write down the timestamp. So his first carry, Jordan Mills Jordan Mills guys got free to get the tackle on Sermon. So that one was not Sermon's fault. Sermon's second carry was off a toss to the right. Ray McLeod didn't hold his block, and Patrick Jones got the stop on Sermon. So again, not his fault. His third carry, would have liked to see him bounce outside. I thought it was good blocking up front. Okay, let's see if I can find that one actually. Let me see. That was first quarter, 147 left in the first. So, and I'm not sharing anything yet because I want to find the video first. So bear with me if you guys want to see this Trey Sermon play that I'm talking about here. Probably going to be anticlimactic. Watch. But yeah, I mean, it's just the kind of things that for Trey Sermon, I don't know. It's just not. Doesn't seem to be improving. All right, almost there. We're just kind of rewinding through this. 147. All right. Getting close here. Here we go. Okay, I think I found it. All right, so this was his third carry of the game. Sermon back here. I'm pretty sure this is the play. So okay. I don't know what else. Was it this play? I feel like he could have bounced this one. He could have taken this one, I thought, a little bit. He could have just made one more cut to the outside and he had like green. So this is what I was talking about. One more cut, like before. What am I? Oh, you kidding me? All right. Well, I don't know if you saw that, but it basically brought me back to the beginning of the video, so I lost where I was. But you guys see what I was talking about, though, with that one? I feel like he could have just made one quick, decisive cut to the outside, and he would have probably gotten some extra yardage there. But he, seeked the defender. He went right up to him. It's like, why? I don't know. I thought there was good blocking on that one, and there was definitely an opportunity for him to have gotten more yardage on that one. Okay, so that was his third carry. The play after that for Sermon, not the immediate play after that, but the next time he got the ball or an opportunity was a drop on 4th and 3. Again, not good. You got to get those, especially on 4th down. And I didn't think it was a particularly badly thrown ball. Like, he should have had that one. It was right off his hands. Straight up drop by Sermon. Sermon's 4th carry was a gain of 3 to the left side. His fifth carry, he was brought down for a loss. And then the next time he got the ball, he was split out wide and he had a reception for a 3-yard gain. So even when he's split out wide, he's in space, he only got 3 yards. I mean, big whoop. So want to see more from Trey Sermon. I have been very hopeful that, he'll turn it around. I feel like he's looked better than last year for sure, but is that going to be enough? Yeah, Callie said, I thought he hesitated a little on that play. He definitely did. Had he just, again, one more cut and go, just make the decision, you would have gotten more yardage. So, okay. Emiliano says, after the Vikings game, Kyle alluded that Sermon he's paraphrasing here, did as about expected, which to me sounds like he's attributing at least some of his performance to his ankle. At least I hope. Yeah, I mean, it's either that or the offensive line play, as I mentioned. I mean, the first few carries that Sermon got, he definitely wasn't given any favors. Jordan Mills guy got B, and then after that, Raymond McLeod couldn't hold his block. So not his fault, right? So I don't know. Yeah, you might be right there. And that's why it's so hard to gauge what this team does with Trey Sermon, because how much of it is the fact that he's so indecisive and how much of it is, guys not doing him any favors with the blocks. But at the same time, if you're decisive, guys, I mean, the offensive line wouldn't have to hold guys or their blocks so long for you to figure out what the hell you want to do, where you want to go. Rohan says, every time you stream, I'm now expecting airport background. No, I wish. I mean, I wish I was going somewhere, but I'm just here at home. In fact, we're moving to a 2-bedroom soon. So this weekend, actually. So my streaming this weekend might be non-existent, just to let you guys know. All right. So that's the Trey Sermon portion of this podcast. We're going to keep it moving. I'm going to talk about TDP. And I liked TDP in this game because to me, we finally saw the thumper that the 49ers tackled, that the 49ers drafted. This is why they drafted TDP, to be that guy that we saw on Saturday against the Vikings. That between the tackles guy. He looked good, man. I thought he looked good. He looked as good as he has all preseason. That includes training camp as well. So good day for him. I do have one play to show you guys. Let's see. So this one is early in the game. This was first quarter. All right, here we go. Make sure I'm sharing this time. Is this? Yeah, so sorry, TDP. Let's see. Let me so this was his first play. The reason I wanted to show this one is because this was his worst play of the game, probably. So this was a 4th and 1, his first carry of the game again. So why is this going so fast? He gets the handoff, and I mean it's just 4th and 1. You're trying to get 1 yard, and remember, you are the thumper. You are the guy that the 49ers drafted to be able to absorb contact, lay out the hits, be the in-between the tackles guy, be that short yardage guy. He could have just ran right through, right behind Sutherland there and probably pushed through for the 1 yard. Instead, he bounces this one out. I know we were just getting on Trey Sermon about not bouncing out when I thought he should have. But this is a different situation. It's 4th and 1. You're just trying to get the 1 yard, and you can probably do it if you just run up the middle and keep the legs moving. But here, he's not fast enough. He just gets beat to the outside there, and just bad decision on his part. But like I said, that was his worst play of the game, and sorry that's the only one that I'm going to show of TDP because I didn't write down any of the other timestamps. But he looked so much better in the other in his other carries, and I charted as much of it as I could. So his second carry, he did make a good decision, a bounce to the outside. He got a gain of 5 on that one. The next time he got the ball, it was a reception towards the right sideline, and that was to kick off the third quarter. Then his third carry, Jason Poe's man got loose on him. Jason Poe couldn't hold his block there, so it was a no gain. I think it was Jason Poe. I'll double check, but I think it was. And then TDP's fourth carry, it was a gain of 10 or 12. But he lowered his shoulder and he continued towards the goal line. I really like that play. I wish I would have gotten the timestamp on that one. I'll be better next time. Fifth carry was a run between the tackles for a gain of 4. His sixth carry, probably his best play of the game, where he absolutely looked like a thumper. It was a run to the outside, laid out hits on 2 defenders. So again, he's not just the guy that's gonna absorb contact. He's going to lay out the contact. He's going to lay out defenders. That's exactly what I wanted to see out of Davis Price. So we finally got to see it in this game. On that one play, his sixth carry, he laid out 2 defenders, and he got about 13, 14 yards on that one. So I hope that's the TDP experience going forward. Always, it's got to keep this up. His 7th carry was a short gain up the middle. His 8th was a gain of 3, and his 9th was a 2-yard gain up the middle. Thank you. I might have stopped counting at one point, but not exactly sure if he had more than 9 carries. But That's TDP. I thought he had a good game. I thought he needed that. Of course, he's making this roster, so he's going to, get every opportunity to, show he belongs, and I think he'll eventually be part of the rotation. New streaming corner coming soon. Yes, I'm so excited for a new streaming corner. Like I have daydreams about like what I'm gonna put up and things like that, because this is really makeshift. Like this is literally where I work from home. I just be putting things up here. It's not here permanently. So when I get my streaming corner, it's gonna be legit. Yeah, after TDP got stuffed, he woke up and ran hard. Yeah, I mean that's kind of why I wanted to show that first carry he had, because it was bad, but like it's about how you respond from your mistakes. Like he actually turned it up after that, so definitely good to see. And Milano says after TDP got stuffed, they showed him getting coached up by Lynn on the sideline. That's Anthony Lynn, 49ers new running backs coach. Maybe that's what woke him up, the mid-game adjustments and coaching. Yeah, it could be. I actually like Anthony. Oh my God, why is that so hard to say? Anthony Lynn a lot. I like looking at some of the drills he had his guys going through in training camp. You could tell he's really hands-on kind of coach, and definitely is all about like coaching his guys up for moments like this. So yeah, I mean, I didn't see that in the game, but yeah, good. Glad you pointed that out. Jordan Mason. Is Jordan Mason time. Let's talk about him. Look, we are all on the Jordan Mason hype train, okay? We are just along for the ride, all of us. And for good reason. He is who he's always been this entire time. Like he has been the most consistent running back maybe this entire like training camp preseason. He makes guys miss often. He's quick, extremely decisive, and not only is he extremely decisive, he makes the right decision. And in him being really decisive, he doesn't even think about what hole he's going to take. He just takes it and goes. And that makes it so he runs through guys before they even notice that they could have made a play on it. And that's the Jordan Mason experience. He runs hard. Honestly, he had the Vikings third stringers looking outmatched. And that's, to me, no surprise. I know a lot of people have said this, and I agree. Like, I would like to see him with some first stringers, second stringers. I don't know if that happens, especially because the first stringers and second stringers are going to be, the starters are going to be playing for the 49ers on Thursday. So I don't know if they'll work Jordan Mason into that because, again, this might be Trey Sermon's last shot, maybe. So I think they're going to give Trey Sermon those snaps. And if not, maybe TDP, because I don't know if Jeff Wilson's going to play. But yeah, I mean, Jordan Mason, there's not too much to say about him, but he looks the part, and it's going to be interesting to see what this team does. I mean, performance-wise, we give the edge to Jordan Mason over Trey Sermon right now, but we also know it's not always that simple, and there might need to be a tough decision here. Well, Mason, he also earned the highest PFF grade of any 49er player on Saturday on his 16th snaps. Good stuff. All right, Danny Gray. Let's talk about Danny Gray. One thing I was looking for with Gray in this game was, one, is he going to, break out for another big play? And are we going to see some versatility from Danny Gray? Different kind of routes, can he be involved in the short game? And I think we saw in this game that, yes, he could definitely do some other things well. So let me show you. Let's see here. So we got 207. Ooh, it's not too far from now. Let's see. Probably after this play. All right. So here is Danny Gray, quick out in the first quarter. Your push to against your end zone. You want to just get a quick play. And let me do this without the toolbar in the way. All right, so here we go. So Danny Gray is he's a receiver running on the bottom corner there. Who is this? Sudfeld? Yeah, Sudfeld throws the quick out to him. So, I mean, it's simple stuff, right? But this is good. I mean, it shows some versatility on Danny Gray's part, and that's something I was looking for. So that's the only one I'm going to show of Danny Gray, but there were some other plays that I liked. For example, Purdy attempted a downfield pass to Gray in the end zone in the expiring seconds of the second quarter. It was out of bounds. Oh, that one I felt like could have been. Let me see if I can find that one actually, because that was I wonder if that was a body control kind of thing once again, where that was the reason that he wasn't able to reel that in. It ended up being out of bounds. Let me try to find him in the process right now. All right. It was towards the end zone, so more plays to go. I'm going to start sharing so you guys could at least see what I'm seeing. Not this play, but all right, I'm going to speed it up here because it's this one. Okay, let's see. All right, so Danny Gray's in the top of your screen here. I'm going to let this play. All right, so Brock Purdy lets this one rip. All right, let me play. All right, you'll see here. Catches it. Great catch. I mean, just completely out of bounds. I want to see it from the other angle because we'll see this a little bit closer, I think. So you can't see him, but right now he's about to show up on your screen right here. So again, I wonder if could he have made that catch had he had better body control? No, maybe. I don't want to be too tough on him, but just something I wonder. Good catch nonetheless. Good throw by Brock Purdy. And then, okay, in the third quarter, Sudfeld threw over the middle for a gain of about 12 to Danny Gray. Again, it's nice seeing Danny Gray part of the, short game and, seeing his involvement there. He's not just the deep threat guy, It's nice to see that he can do other things too. And of course, he did have the wide open touchdown in the early fourth quarter, so it was a good game from Danny Gray, I thought. Honorable mention, Tay Martin. He had a couple nice catches in the third quarter that I saw. I know a lot of people are excited about Tay Martin. We haven't seen too much of him, but he's an intriguing player and most likely someone who's going to make this practice squad for the 49ers. Something to me that's not so... Javon Jennings been hot and cold this camp and preseason. He struggled with drops in the preseason. Look, he has this play here, and I'm too ahead of myself here. Okay, right here. Where is he? Javon Jennings. Oh, sorry, wrong clip. Here we go. 7:32. All right. Javon Jennings actually caught the ball right before this play that I'm about to show, so kind of ironic. But he needs to be more consistent, okay? Kyle Shanahan said he's a slow starter. Okay, fine. And I don't know, was this just a better play by Josh Metellus? Let's watch it again. All right, so Javon Jennings is right here. And Up. All right, he's got the ball. Like he has it right there. Let's do the slow-mo. And then here's where Josh Metellus just comes up and Metellus doesn't get his hands on it. He just like makes a hard tackle on Jennings that makes him lose the ball. So I don't know. I don't know if I give the credit too much to Metellus. I feel like Jennings should have had that one, and he knows it too. These are the kind of things that I want him to clean up before the season starts because, again, he's been struggling with drops through camp. All right, let's see it again. He's right here. Right side of your screen. Him getting swung around like that just made him lose the ball. Hot and cold. But you guys know I'm Javon Jennings Hive. I want to see him do good, okay? So these are the things I wonder. Hopefully he can turn it around. All right, we're like past the hour mark. We're at the hour mark. Let's keep it moving. I had some honorable mentions earlier. Now I'm going to mention some forgettable plays. Tanner Hudson, he had a drop, but it's okay. He turned it around. He had a nice catch in the third quarter for a third down conversion. I like Tanner Hudson. It's not too bad. Danny Gray, I mentioned him earlier. I thought he had a good game, but he did have a drop in the third quarter as well. Ross Dwelly, he was called for 2 false starts. 2? Whew. Stock down on Ross Dwelly. Marcus Johnson, he had the fumble, but Jordan Mills recovered, thankfully. So, no harm, no foul there. And Malik Turner, I like Malik Turner. I know a lot of people are saying he has the opportunity to be the 6th receiver on this team. Definitely has worked his way to being that guy. And he forced the fumble on special teams, which it's great for Turner to have, the versatility to be able to play special teams as well. That's something that adds value to Turner. And, it's something that will most likely keep him around as that last receiver on the roster when they cut down to 53. So he forced the fumble. Samuel Womack is the one who recovered. Good play, though. Good play. All right, let's talk about the offensive line really quick. I thought the offensive line looked better in this game than they did in practice, all right? And that is because most of the time in the joint practices, they didn't look so hot, especially Spencer Burford. He struggled in the joint practices. But I would say I thought Spencer Burford played a really good game on Saturday. His only pressure of the day was when he got pushed back by defensive end Jonathan Bullard on that one Sudfeld dart to Tyler Kroft in the first quarter. And again, it happened early in the game. It happened in the first quarter. And then after that, he had a much better game, definitely better than his first game versus the Packers, which also wasn't bad. So it's just good to see that he's improving. And there was an anonymous quote that, let's see, who was it that shared that? Oh, Jordan Schultz from Schultz Report on Twitter. He said, 49ers love rookie guard Spencer Burford. And this is the quote from an anonymous team source. It's like he's already a 5-year pro. He's very sound, very smart, and very long. He ran outside zone in college, plug-and-play guy. Trey has total trust in him. Trey Lance, that is, not Sermon. I mean, I don't know. Maybe Sermon trusts him too. But Spencer Burford, it's good to know that he's already making an impact. I mean, I would say it looks like the 49ers 2022 draft is off to a great start. They're already impressing. They're already making an impact, and that's a really good sign for this team. So kudos to them. Jordan Mills, I thought he had an up and down performance, more good than bad, but still very up and down. He allowed the sack by T.Y. McGill. T.Y. McGill was like all over the place. I feel like he beat at least one of our offensive linemen once. And then another play, Mills got pushed back by Patrick Jones. Sorry, he got pushed back by Jones twice late in the second quarter. One of the times forced Purdy to escape the pocket. The second time, Purdy was able to deliver downfield to Malik Turner. Credit to Purdy there, but still, Mills, he's cleaning up his game a little bit. He also gave up the edge versus Luigi Villain. That's a top name right there, by the way. Vikings outside linebacker Luigi Villain. That's good stuff. So Jordan Mills gave up the edge to him on a 3rd and short play in the 4th quarter, which forced Purdy to scramble, and he came up short on it. I blame Jordan Mills on that one. It's his fault. All right, so Mills got to clean it up. I know a lot of people, have liked Jordan Mills a little bit because you're like, let's just have Jordan Mills at right tackle. McKivitz sucks. McKivitz didn't even play in this game, but you guys probably are seeing why McKivitz is higher in the pecking order than Jordan Mills. Okay, so stop saying that, please. Keaton Sutherland, not his best day. No, not good. He had 2 bad snaps in a row in the 2nd quarter. The second being the given up sack where T.Y. McGill, once again, got by him immediately on the 3rd down play. His 2nd of the night. So he also had a false start, I believe, in the late 2nd quarter, Keaton Sutherland did. So not a good game. I would expect him to be getting, cut here soon. You got to think about the fact. So the 49ers have to cut down to 80 players by tomorrow. Forget the time, but they have to do it by tomorrow. And you have to think about the fact that there's a lot of, because of the injuries, they might cut people from positions that they have a lot of already. So one of the first shoes to drop was Austin Mack. He got waived today. But I wonder if they'll hold on to Keaton Sutherland until after the final cuts, or when they have to make the final cuts after the 3rd preseason game, because, they need centers out there. I don't know. Maybe. But regardless, I think Keaton Sutherland probably gets cut at some point. And I don't know. There's an opportunity for him to land on the practice squad. Who knows? But yeah, that's the story on Sutherland. Aaron Banks, I thought he had a good game overall as well. He got beat by Janarius Robinson in the 2nd quarter on a 3rd and long. And then late in the 2nd, again, that forced Sudfeld to scramble to the left. That time he was beat by T.Y. McGill. But I think those were the only 2 that I noticed. And again, I wasn't looking at the offensive line under a microscope. It was really like, if it was really obvious that they got beat, then I kind of made note of it. So those were the 2 obvious ones for Aaron Banks. And that's all I noticed from Aaron Banks. So overall, I thought it was a good game from him. And, that's positive. Again, looked better than he did in the joint practices. So that's what you want to see. Practices is to make mistakes. If you're going to make mistakes, it better happen in practice. Nick Zakelj got to beat a few times as well. I think he's a practice squad candidate overall. Definitely, as a reserve center, the team can't have enough of him, I think. So I don't know. I think he'll just be a practice squad. He got beat in the 3rd quarter by T.Y. McGill. And then again by Atu Miwo. I think that's how you say it. But yeah, so we got beat a few times. Brock Purdy. Look, Brock Purdy, I don't know what happens, but he's a terrible practice quarterback. He looks bad in practice. And in games, he looks sharp for the most part. It's an interesting phenomenon. If you want a guy to look bad, you want it to be in practice, like I said. Brock Purdy's that guy. He did have the fumble on the handoff at the goal line, but overall, I thought Brock Purdy did well. And again, better than he looked in practice. Nate Sudfeld, once again, looked good. He's looking sharp out there. He looks very comfortable, as I mentioned. Great backup for the 49ers to have. Excited about him. All right, let's talk about some 49ers news and injury updates before we close this one out. The 49ers signed, as I mentioned a little bit ago earlier, they signed former Bears safety Tashawn Gibson, 32 years old, 10-year vet, 132 career starts, and he made the Pro Bowl in 2014. I mean, not a bad get this late in the game, but he likely won't make the roster. And really, this is just a way to help the team as they close out this preseason chapter. So he'll probably be out there, play some snaps in the final preseason game, and he'll be wearing number 31. So keep an eye out for him. So as a corresponding move of signing Gibson, they had to waive someone. Austin Mack, who is going to be out for a few weeks with a hamstring injury, lowest hanging fruit, unfortunately, for Austin Mack. So he was waived to make room for Gibson. And as I mentioned, the team still has to cut 5 other players before tomorrow. So what's going on? Yeah, he said GAA says, glad Austin Mack got cut. Dude had butterfingers. He did struggle with drops throughout camp. He had some nice plays in some of these preseason games. But yeah, I mean, catching the ball is a pretty big part of football. So like I said, low-hanging fruit there. It was going to happen eventually for Mac. Offensive lineman Sam Schluter is day-to-day with a knee injury. And then a few guys are expected back at practice this week. Emmanuel Mosley, Dante Johnson, Eric Armstead, Curtis Robinson, Jalen Moore. Good to see Jalen Moore back. It'll be great to see. Charlie Warner, who's been activated from the PUP list. And possibly Ambry Thomas. Mike McGlinchey is not expected to practice this week. Colton McKivitz will get the start on Thursday. Really quickly, it seemed... So I had that update, and then just an hour ago, I see, because the 49ers are having a practice today, probably right now, or might be wrapping up, not sure, but I'm going to look through some of these tweets here and update you guys. Emmanuel Mosley did return to practice today. Really good sign for him. And David Lombardi said he returned to practice today and caught fire immediately, tipped an interception to Talanoa Hufanga, then picked off Trey Lance himself, and then covered Ayuk well on a deep shot. Trey Lance threw 3 interceptions today. Last one was Fred Warner. Fred Warner just has Trey Lance's number, man. Trey Lance was 9-16 today. Tell you, I'm not worried about the interceptions in practice. I mean, like I said, if you're going to make mistakes in practice, they better be in practice. So that's fine. And if you guys remember the quote I read earlier about, what Kyle Shanahan thinks about it, he's also not worried. I think Kyle Shanahan said there's some things that he likes about, there's some things that he sees the good in some mistakes made in practice, basically. So, but yeah, it sounds like it was a tough day for Trey Lance. He was picked off 3 times. This is from Matt Mayoko. All on passes intended for Deebo Samuel. Again, it seems like the connection is still not quite there for those two. They're going to have to work through it. But they have time. They have time before week 1. So they're still trying to get some timing right. So I don't think it's any coincidence that those Trey Lance's 3 interceptions today was targeting Deebo Samuel. Talanoa Hufanga got 1, Emmanuel Mosley had 1, and then Fred Warner had 1. Emmanuel Mosley, Eric Armstead, and Charlie Warner went through team drills. The first time Warner has gone through team drills this season. So, but Armstead looked good. Let's see. Any other updates? Let's see. All right. Yeah, D'Amico Ryan said he was impressed with Drake Jackson. No surprise there. I think we all came away impressed by him. Let's see. Trying to see if there's any other updates. No, I think that for the most part, that's pretty much it. All right, guys. I appreciate you being on today. And thank you for rocking with me for this long, over an hour. Do me one more favor, though. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you aren't already. Make sure you like this video. We're trying to get to 20 likes. Thank you so much for watching. And, yeah. I'll have another live for you probably tomorrow. We could talk about like some roster cuts, things like that. All right. Peace, everyone.